Thanks for joining us for another episode of Love, Marriage, and Everything in Between Countertop Talk. I'm Chef Shan,
I'm Mr. Official,
and this is episode 20.
episode 20.
Yes, let's get into it.
Man, 20 episodes in, I can't believe it.
Yes, I'm so happy that we have been consistent.
Yeah. So, how was your week?
My week was cool. I know you always say, I
Cool.
always say it's good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it was cool.
Uh-huh.
I had some issues with just on the female side, like what to do with my hair and things like that.
Hair look
I-
beautiful, babe.
I appreciate that, but I know you said you like my hair when I wear it
Yeah, I like
crinkly,
the crinkly look,
or
yeah.
curly. You really don't like my hair straight, so
It's not that I don't like it, but I mean, you wore your hair like that our whole marriage, and the crinkly look, I think, really brings out the texture of your hair. So,
okay.
I like that.
So yeah, I've been, figuring out that stuff. Also, I have some gray hairs coming in. So should I dye it? Should I not? So I think I'm gonna not dye my hair. I'm just gonna see how many gray hairs come about and go from
I'm
there.
shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I like it though.
see what happens.
I like it. Man, I had a great week. Coming off some great news in business. Continue to push forward. And I think the week was even better because I went back to my original diet.
You did.
Know? So I went back to the vegan side of things. And as much as I enjoy fish, I was doing fish more so for like when we're out.
Social.
When we're social. I know you hate eating having a sea bass or, your major entrees, and I have, cauliflower or Brussels sprouts.
Yes.
So, but, as we continue to talk about like learning more about ourselves and exploring, I feel better when I go with my vegan diet.
Okay.
And and mainly time is a factor with that too, because you have to meal prep or you can make some bad decisions if you're not prepared, but you keep, the things in the house that we need anyway. So I'm really excited about going vegan again. I am.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for us too. I'm not going vegan, but I know you're going to be cooking some nice vegan meals that I can, partake in. So I'm looking forward. Yes.
Absolutely. So look, this week, the Pan-African Prince is spiraling out of control. Now, I'm going to say this, man. I love the dude's confidence. I'm not going to never knock a man for having confidence. But Dr. Umar right now, he's charging $500. His game. He's charging $500 to go on lunch dates with women. Now, peep this, at any restaurant of their choice. So he's spending it like, he'll take you to any restaurant of your choice, but in essence, you're paying for it.
Right.
What you think? You think he's going to profit from it?
I do, especially since we heard of what's the lady name? Siobhan Cakes or whatever, Stacks or whatever.
Lene Stacks.
Stacks, she came out and talked about how they had a sexual relationship where he was supposed to be a mentor to her son, but he wound up, hitting on her, and one thing led to another. So I think that's the angle. And something else that the female did mention is that Dr. Umar is not really into helping the kid, the young man. He's more focused on the moms, the single moms. So that's his target. That's who he really wants. So I think he's going to make a profit.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, at the end of the day, every neighborhood got a Dr. Umar in it. Dr. Umar is just a dude that's around the way that just was intelligent, but he was ghetto too, and like, I guess for me, I never really was on a big Dr. Umar, train or whatever. I did not like him, but I knew he was doing a lot of big things with Pan-Africanism, etc. So I always knew he was an intellectual from afar. I haven't followed him and things like that until recently. But I think he has a gift of gab. I think he's very intelligent, but again, most of us grew up with somebody in your hood that is just intelligent, but is all game. And I think at this point, like the gig, because I love what he was trying to do with FDMG. I don't. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. People been saying that it's not going to happen. It's a school that doesn't have a start date, but I think the cat is out the bag now, man. At the end of the day, this was somebody's principal, and how he been talking online has been crazy. But again, you can't knock the man for his confidence.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
So something that you mentioned, you say he's very intelligent. You also stated that he has the gift of gab. Now, to me, the gift of gab is priceless. If someone has that particular gift, the sky's really the limit.
Absolutely.
I feel like you may have a situation where still he may hit a brick wall, but I think with his charisma and his intelligence, he'll be able to punch through that brick wall when things die down a little. I think he had the opportunity to reinvent himself as well. Because he do have the gift of gab. He has that personality. Where still somebody that doesn't have his personality would be, dead in the water. So what's your thoughts? You think he can come back?
I don't think he's going to hit a brick wall, even with everything that's going out. I think he's going to be fine. I mean, it's like a little, laugh right now, but ultimately, his story's still popping. He's still in the community, and I would not be surprised if he has had several women take him up on, the $500 dates.
Okay, I asked because you said the gig is up for him. So are you saying,
I mean, like,
what do you mean by that?
As far as the donations for FDMG, nobody's donating to that. People going to continue to follow you, support you, but far as donations for FDMG, not happening.
What does that stand for? FD?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, the campus is allegedly foreclosed on that. Well, leading towards that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they say he'll like 30, I think it's 30 to 40,000 in vacancy taxes or something. So
he should be able to get that. He should be able to get that.
Well, the thing is, he's saying his accounts are still frozen from the probe. So who knows?
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll continue to see what Dr. Umar is doing for the community.
He is hilarious, though.
And the community mothers.
Yeah, he is hilarious. So we'll see.
Okay. So
what we got this week?
Well, it's a lot going on in social media, in the news, everywhere. So something that I did want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about last week. How we always dive into relationships. And this is a relationship, I don't know what we say, a trend, but you hear a lot of people talking about this now. So this topic is about open marriages. Back in the day, it was more so you would hear men talking about having or wanting an open marriage. But now you are starting to see women come forward and saying that they are fine with that. So I thought that we could have a topic around that. Being as though that, again, we have been married for so long, over 20 years. And have you ever thought about having an open marriage?
I haven't. It's like a trick question.
You're like a little boy. No, I haven't.
Because like if I did, I mean, like, yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, we have that relationship where we can be honest. So a lot of people may not know that, but I haven't.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
I haven't because one, I know I found everything in you that I wanted. Like I'm serious. I'm not just saying that. So that's one thing. We're friends, we're husband and wife, we're lovers, we each other's biggest supporters. It's like, it's that. And then I think the traditional part of me is like, that's something I never even entertained. I come from a very religious family. We're more spiritual, but I never really I'm not even gonna say really. I never thought about it. I never,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we do enough things where it's very. We just love spending time together. It's interesting enough, but getting to know somebody else, getting to know that, bringing that in, like I wouldn't, like this is sacred right here. You get what I'm saying? This is sacred. So I do think, and I give you the floor. More women are talking about being open to it now. And why do you think, from a woman's perspective?
I don't know. And if you're a woman and you are in an open marriage, just comment and share your experience, because I honestly don't know. And just for me, I'm very particular with things. I can't imagine like another man touching me like
Oh
that.
no, absolutely. Like
No,
what you,
I'm just saying. Well, open. That's an open marriage.
I know. Yeah,
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 that's an
yeah.
open marriage. So I'm just saying, like for me, and maybe that's because I'm happy.
Hmm.
So if I wasn't in
But if you weren't,
yeah, maybe if I wasn't in a happy, fulfilled marriage, maybe that's why some women are doing it, because they're not in a happy marriage. They're not being fulfilled, and however, maybe the partner, the wife and the husband have so much stuff together, kids, properties, this, that, they don't want to dissolve the marriage. So because they don't want to dissolve the marriage, the wife is okay with having an open marriage. She's seeing someone, you seeing someone, maybe that's a reason, but since we are in a good place, that's something that I have never thought of. I can't imagine because, you know,
but even when we've been in a bad place, I mean, the first thing is not like let's find somebody else, right? We've never. I mean,
well, when I'm saying a bad place, I'm talking about a bad place being that you're no longer in love. You're no
right.
longer in love with your partner. So yes, we have been in bad spaces, but I have still been in love with you. I have
Hmm.
still been
And vice
attracted
versa.
to you. I have still wanted just I want you on me. I
Hmm.
don't want nobody else
Of
touching me,
course.
but you do have marriages where it's though the love is gone. The love is gone.
Yeah. So at what point though do you just end a marriage? Because like I've also heard the perspective of women like wanting to keep their man, so they allow someone else in the bedroom. So that's
Yeah,
more like
okay. So like a
a
threesome.
threesome,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But if you have to involve somebody else to keep your marriage together, you know, it just, at some point it becomes, why not just be single? But I think we're in a world now where it's like
It's like
marriage is
anything.
not what it was.
Yeah, it's like
You know,
anything goes, anything is on the table.
anything is on the table.
Yeah, anything is on the table. So I don't know. I will say this. It does seem like more women are open and more women are talking about it and more women are down. Whereas though back in the day, this probably would be grounds for
I do.
a divorce or something like that. But women are sticking with it, and also a lot of women feel like I don't put a lot into this marriage, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not dissolving this marriage so someone else can take advantage of the benefits. The
Hmm.
foundation that I laid. So it's a lot of different things that come into play.
And also, um, when you've been with somebody for a long time, divorce ain't easy either. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's people because I was reading an IG post a few months ago when people were saying like guys and baby mothers are back together for the sake of bills. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's easier.
I
So
bet.
yeah, so when you get to the point where like your spouse becomes more like your roommate, you know, who knows? But I think there's a lot of reasons, like you said, you have some people that aren't being fulfilled. You have, I feel like also our era of people that got married, I felt like marriage was like a trend. We got married in what, oh 04?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
04. And it was like a lot of people, I know we was going to high school, it was just like everybody was getting married. It was just like marriage, marriage, marriage. Well, now it's like outside, outside, outside. You know, you're hearing
Yeah.
about, we talked about in previous podcasts, divorce parties. It's like being elusive right now and having that flexibility, I think, is more appealing to people than one person being with one person. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So it just depends on why you're getting into it, you know.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to bring to the forefront because as a man yourself,
Hmm.
someone that's successful, a lot of times the image is portrayed that a successful man can have multiple women because they can
Hmm.
afford to have multiple women.
Hmm.
The ball is pretty much in their court, but it seems like some women now is not giving any pushback. They're down for it.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that is a thing, you know, successful men having taken care of two households,
Hmm.
you know. But it just goes to, I guess, why get into a marriage? You know, I'm not knocking any man that's doing that for their own reasons, but there's no use in being married if you're going to do that. Now, the younger me, you know, boy, you know, yeah, that might be hot. Like, yeah, I got a wife and I got a girl, you know.
Oh no! Don't say the younger you because you.
Listen what I'm saying.
Okay,
Not saying the younger me, but I'm saying when you have
you
as a
said the younger you.
yeah, but when you're younger, you have a
Hmm.
lot of boyish ways. As you
Hmm.
mature as a
Hmm.
man, different things become important to you.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm saying for me, it's a no, but I have everything I want,
Hmm.
you know. But if you settled at some point and didn't get everything you want, and then a lot of men, it get greater later, you start to find yourself. You
Hmm.
start to find yourself financially. So then it's like I settled here 10 years ago, but now I got
Mm.
options now.
I
So
think a lot of men do go through that.
yeah, because we
A
we're
lot of men do go through
we're
that.
we're late bloomers in some ways. Like we have it together far as physically and getting money, etc. But it takes time to learn how to manage the money. It takes time to learn how to invest the money. It takes time to learn how to make sure that your input is more than your output. So then you finally figure those things out. You're in your 40s, you're in your 50s, and it's like,
You
I
feeling
loved you in
yourself?
high school. I loved you, and
Yeah,
I still love you, but I
not
got
like that.
options now.
Hmm. That's kind of cringy, but that's real.
That's kind of cringy.
It is. It is because at the end of the day, it's kind of like it's role reversal because when women are younger, it's just like they can have and move however they want,
Hmm.
when they're younger. But it's like, as women age, it's kind of like they're settling down. They're not looking for the next
That's true.
hot thing to pounce on. It's just like settleness, enjoying life, just having just a moderate life, whereas though you hear about the guys, they're getting older, like you said, they're feeling themselves. They may go out and just make a crazy purchase, a sports car,
Hmm.
they're working out, they're going to the gym now where they never worked out
Right,
before. They're
right.
changing their behaviors. They're
Hmm.
changing their behaviors. So, you do hear tragic, and I say tragic stories like that because have been with the love of your life for so long, and you're thinking you're going to grow old with your mate, but now all of a sudden he's switching things up. He's working out. He doesn't want to stay in the house and watch TV, your normal routine. He wants to go out. He want to hang out at the bar.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and younger women always like older men. So it's just like those dynamics where a guy like, okay, I've been together with me and this woman been together since high school. I want to test the waters. Hmm.
Yeah, and that's where the friendship comes in at because like, and God blessed us because we got married in what, December.
We ain't really know each other.
Man, we got married in 9 months.
We
I ain't know you was crazy. You ain't know I'm messing with you, but We didn't know anything about each other.
Not just the surface.
Tattoos. We got tattoos in what, like month 5, but we grew up. We grew up together too. I mean, we was 25, 24, but we really grew up together, you know? So that's where that friendship comes in at.
Oh, 23, 24. Because we always say 23 Thanksgiving.
How old is our oldest son? He's going on 21.
Yeah, but we got married in 24.
20, no,
We
04.
got married in 04.
04,
So
right.
I'm saying 03. 03
Right, is when we started dating. We always say that's right. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the point is, that was crazy, you know, and looking back at what your family was telling you, my family was telling me, they were right, you know, but we had a friendship, like we were really friends. And then on top of that, two people have to make a commitment that they're not going to get complacent. So like for me, I always wanted to be better for you. For you always wanted to be better for me, because it's easy to get caught up like, I got it. She my wife. I bagged her. It is what it is. Here's the money for the bills. You know, see you tomorrow. Same day, same thing every day. Groundhog Day. But as you evolve, and if you're really in tune, because there's a lot of things that I like that you'll do because you love me,
right?
And there's things that you like. I watch your shows with you because I love you. I want to spend time. So it's more than just the looks. And I think that's where you get caught up, where you got somebody that's dipping out, somebody to feel like, hey, I'm in a better situation. Or, you know, I don't want to spice things up. I just need something different, because it's like, man, you're not tantalizing my senses. You're not engaging with me how I need you to, how I want you to.
So get the women out there some nuggets. What are, when you say tantalizing my senses, what does that mean? You know, so women that haven't bagged their man yet, what does that mean?
That means egg white omelets and thongs. That means
it means smelling good. You like a scented woman.
Oh, of course.
Most men like a scented woman.
Right.
Not just smelling like soap.
I love when you engage. Well, you love basketball, but I love the fact that you love basketball as well. I love the fact that you know when something is off with me. You know how to read the room.
Yeah, so let's generalize it, because you're already spoken for. So from a man's perspective, when like men want a woman to tantalize their senses, they want them to be sexy.
They want to be sexy. They want to be sexy. They want to see different looks.
Okay.
They want to see different variations of you.
Okay.
It's not just physical. It's also mental. You know, bring something to me that's going to make me think. That's going to challenge me. You said scented, of course, and versatility. Versatility. I think if you get stuck in somebody just being one way, dressing one way, it doesn't hurt to just have a different appeal. Where it's like, oh, I never seen you like that. You look great. Or that color lipstick, that looks good on you. What's that you're wearing today? You know what I mean? Things like that. Things like that.
So something that I always lack, that my sisters have very well, they are very well at doing, I guess I would say, is game. They got like game. They know how to like talk sexy and all of that stuff. And it's just like, I'm just like so direct. I'm so straight to the point. Sometimes I know you had told me like, what'd you say? Like sometimes you're just too direct.
Yes.
I'm just too direct. So that's something that I would say a characteristic that I wish I had, just that flavor of, what would you say?
What you trying to say?
I'm saying like
what kind of game you talking about?
I'm talking about what is the phrase that I want to say when someone a female, like just that female energy, where as though they could just look at you seductively and they could say like my sister may say something like, I could sure go for some nice ice cream. And
they're flirtatious.
That's it. Flirtatious. Where's the that's it. I couldn't call it.
You too hard.
Yeah. I would just say, I want some Some
But
ice
I
cream.
think because you were more of a tomboy growing up, like
Hmm.
you played you hooped,
Hmm.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and you liked the hoop.
So
Your
that's
sister,
something I wish I had because they do that very well. Like I be sitting back watching them. I'm like,
who you
y'all,
need to flirt with
y'all.
though?
I'm just saying, because I'm like, I sit back, I'm like they got that. They got
Yeah,
that.
they got game.
Yeah.
But I mean, you were, yeah, that. Now that I look back, you never were really. You were just very
Yes.
direct, like.
Because you used to laugh at me like, yo, why are you so direct? Because that's how I got the keys to your place.
Yes, out of nowhere, I'm just leaving out the house, and you like, we boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Can I get a key?
Yeah, to give you them
And I was like,
keys. You like, sure.
yeah, right. But like you just come out of nowhere and just bam. So yeah, that is your thing. That is your
Yeah,
thing.
so that's
But
something I wish I had for you, like just
mhm.
being flirtatious and stuff like that. I'm straight. I'm straight to. I ain't gonna say what else I'm straight to, but I'm straight to it.
Yeah, you are. But yeah, I mean, yeah, guys like the game. You know, your sisters do very well with that.
They
You know,
do.
they can make somebody feel special when they not. You know, and that's a gift. That's a gift.
Yeah, it
But
is. It is.
all in all, it you know, everybody's different. You know, everybody's different. So you know, back to the open marriages, but I think we're gonna see a lot more of that for years to come because the world is upside down right now,
For
and it's
sure.
like all of the things that our parents and our grandparents they frowned upon is the norm now. You know, it's really the norm now. So I expect to see more of it. Um, I expect to see more of it, but it just I don't know. We're just in different times. You know, we're just in different times. So to each his
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, to each his own. And if that is your thing, just make sure you're living a safe lifestyle because you sent me an
Oh
article about,
man,
in Atlanta about the HIV.
20,000 new cases of
Yeah.
HIV in
Yeah.
Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Not sure how true it is because we know they just putting out news right now to really just throw our community off. So people in the ATL, I'm sure they can speak to that. But it's very important to be cautious out here. And I know Houston as well, a few months ago, were among the top in the nation with
Hmm.
STDs as well.
Yeah,
So
protect yourself if that's the lifestyle you're
yeah,
going for.
yeah, I just
Just
don't know that right now it's the time to really be, promiscuous and it's safety first, man. Life is precious. Life is very precious.
yes, look at that blood work. Let me see your my chart.
Yeah,
Let me see. When was the last time you went to the doctor? You get your blood work done? Let me see. Y'all go to the doctors together. You only get one life, so
yeah,
yeah, definitely want to
absolutely.
be safe. And also some other news that came out in Atlanta. It's a new trend. Straight
Um,
men are wearing skirts and
Short skirts, mini
yeah,
skirts.
dresses, fanny packs, the whole feminine gear.
The world is upside down.
Yeah.
But it's just I want to see guys get back to the manly non-follower stuff. I feel like so many men these days they are followers. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing like seeing five different men with five different things, five different styles. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But now everybody is a replica of everybody. You know, like when I was younger, this is something I used to do. Like I had my cousin's girlfriend went to college with me, and she would always say I wore the ugliest shoes,
Hmm.
but it was because I never wanted to see anybody with the same shoes I had on. So I never was into Jordans. I owned two pair of Jordans, the patent leather gray ones, and I forgot the other pair because I don't even know Jordans by numbers. How people say the Jordan spaceships are coming. I don't know them because I never wore Jordans. But I never wanted anybody to look like me.
Yeah, you all like
It
that.
doesn't mean you don't see something like, man, I like that, or I
Hmm.
like that hat or whatever. But I think that's a part of being a man as well, is just being different, standing on your own, and being your own person.
Yeah, and also, I'm going to throw in the government and the conspiracy. The government is behind everything. But like honestly, they have studied this humans, I'm not even going to just say black people, but just humans, we have been studied for, centuries. And this whole technology, social media, having followers, having likes, having, getting attention, getting sympathy, all of that stuff is tied into, social media, getting attention. You may lack attention in real life, but hey, you can go onto this platform
Mm-hmm.
and you can have a follower. You can have someone engaging with you that don't even know you. So they have these rappers that, I think Little Baby, I think Young Thug, both of them have wore dresses and things like that. So now you had the young guys thinking, okay, this is hot. This is the
Right.
trend. I'm on it.
No, it's not
You
hot.
know.
Yeah.
So we do really got to get back to the old days. So like, let's just buy all the men like Tim's for Christmas, like Tim's for
The
everybody.
chuckers.
Yeah, I mean the beef and broccoli, just the regular Tim's. We need that DMX
Yeah.
energy.
Give me some chuckers. I want some chuckers for Christmas.
Yeah.
Even though you can't
Yes.
really wear Tim's in Texas. You
You
can.
figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, figure
yeah.
it out. But yes, let's get the Tims, ladies. Get them their Tims. Let's get DMX on the playlist. Let's
Hmm.
get some masculine energy back.
Yeah.
Masculine energy. Like, come on now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
You seeing the guys with the mini skirts with the straps. It's way too much, man. But in a world where you can look how you want to look. You can buy your look.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, you can't afford this, so you can finance it for 20 years.
Yeah,
Um,
men getting their bodies done too.
you know, fake jewelry is at an all-time high. That is crazy. And it's just everything is upside down now. So, shout
Hmm.
out to all the men that's holding it down and just being who they are, sticking to their ideals of what they were raised on, because our fathers, man, were some
Mm.
solid dudes. A lot of these men were in Vietnam. I know my father was, your father was in Vietnam,
Yes,
one of the
sir.
most deadliest wars. And
They
they
made
came
it
home.
home.
They
They made
came
it
home
home.
and they had issues like PTSD. I know up until my father's passing, he would still wake up in the middle of the night, cold sweats. You couldn't creep up on him. Sirens would trigger something and you would just see him twitch a little bit. But that's what we came from. I mean, we came from guys that made it back from one of the deadliest wars, lived during a period of the Black Panthers, came home from wars, couldn't get jobs after fighting wars. So
And
we
had to
have
go
every
into business for
yeah,
themselves.
yeah, we had everything we needed in us. Um, a lot of them overcame was, cocaine was
Heroin,
well, yeah,
opiate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Heroin was like, what cannabis is now. A lot of them kicked that habit. So everything that we need is in us. It's just we got to get back to the origins of what we are. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm hopeful that we will see it again. And I'm hopeful we'll get back to what men leading the way they always have, especially in our community, because our community need all the help that we can get.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So, what do you have for us for our official talk? And also, are we done with the icebreaker? What are we going to start doing in the beginning?
I mean, we did our first thought today. We didn't acknowledge it as the first thought,
Okay.
but we can get back to some icebreakers as well.
Yay.
Stories. I think a lot of our stories things that we've encountered are
Mm-hmm.
like, very funny. And I was thinking about this the other day.
What?
Me being in insurance,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's funny how coming into our relationship, we had an issue with an insurance man.
We did or you
Yeah,
did?
well, yeah, we did. It was our problem.
How?
I mean, I reacted, but it was our problem. but, but to think that what 20 years later, I'm in the same industry as the insurance man. You know, it's funny, man, how it's funny how God works. You know, it's like full circle. You ever thought about that? You ever thought think about it. That's when we were
Yeah.
living in an apartment. And
Yeah, you gotta tell the story. This was a hilarious story.
we my wife had an what was it, cat's insurance?
Yes.
Yeah, she had a cat's insurance agent that obviously I guess was helping her with her lapses on insurance and things like that. So he thought he had some rhythm. And
The FR19
yeah,
plug.
yeah, definitely. But I remember coming in, and I don't know how I found if I heard it, but you were
I was
pregnant.
pregnant.
You was pregnant, and he
Yeah.
said, "Do you need anything from me, like to buy you some milk or something?" And I was like, "Milk? Buy you some milk?" Like, so I took that as, I mean, that was of course disrespect. Like, come on, man, like I can't buy my wife milk, but then you the insurance guy, bro. Like, but that day that we saw him in a grocery store, and I had never seen him, but I went to the restroom and he just looked like an insurance man. You know,
Yes, yeah, this
he
Bill Cosby sweater
he
on.
had right, his slacks was like pewter, like that ugly tannish, grayish, green, olive, and he had glasses. And I saw him leaning in to try to kiss you, and I saw your face like, "What are you doing?" And I knew that was him. And the rest was the rap. I mean, I had to put him in.
So I'll jump in here. So he comes from the bathroom. He sees this transaction with the insurance man trying to kiss me on the cheek, but it was like kind of like a hey, how you doing? Hello, which was still inappropriate. So that's why I was backing
Absolutely.
off. But my husband comes from the bathroom. He sees this transaction. He grabs
Terminated.
the guy. He puts him up against the chicken Purdue. I think
Man.
the quarters. Push him up. Then he snatched his glasses off, with his left hand. What is it called? Pedestrians? So
Pedestrian.
yeah, so he got him with he jacked him up. He got him on the Purdue chicken with the right hand. He takes the left hand. He snatches his glasses off his face, and then he crumbles his glasses, and then he drops it on the ground. So I'm like, oh shit, because like my husband don't have any cuts in his hand. It's just like, how do you crumble somebody's glasses and you're not injured?
And then we finished grocery shopping afterwards, even though you was paranoid. But
yeah, I was like, we gotta go. We gotta leave here. I just knew the police was coming. I'm like, my baby father about to get locked up for assault. I was like, we gotta get out of here. And he was like, no, we not. We're gonna get our groceries. Oh my gosh.
yeah, but that, I mean, when I think about that, and it's like, here it is 20 years later, I'm in the same industry. Definitely not like him. But yeah, that was an interesting situation how it's come full circle.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But he was definitely thinking back, just being a young girl. He was definitely inappropriate. He was probably trying to set the play.
Yeah, but you were canceling, obviously. He was helping you out with your insurance, right? Like making it so the state wouldn't fine you for having lapsed insurance.
Yes, he was. But I'm just saying, I mean, he wasn't doing it for free. He was probably setting up a play.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
He was probably setting up a play, but I didn't look at him like that. He was an old insurance man.
Yeah.
He was an old insurance man, but he was, I was just trying to make it, working. My mother had moved. My mother remarried and moved to Delaware. She ain't even offer us to go to Delaware. She was just like, hit the house. Yeah. Make sure you keep up with the mortgage. Right. So it was just like
you had to figure it out.
Yeah, you just had to figure things out. And I stayed late. My insurance. I just had problems with my insurance actually until we got together. And I think they took out taxes, and I just felt
the first 4 years.
Yeah, and I was like, dang, I can't be the
state. They was taking the state from us.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't be the bum wife. I gotta get myself together.
I'm like, shorty, you gotta figure this out because it's like, and I don't know why we didn't think to like pay it off, but it's like, I don't know if we thought it
Yes,
was
we
one,
had I had a good job at that time.
but I don't even think I knew how much they were because they just every year it was like they were coming out, and I'm like, is this it? And it was like 4 years. It was maybe
it was not 4 years because
it
after the
was
first year I felt bad because we were married because we filed our taxes together. So I felt
it was definitely
so.
at least 2 years.
It was not. It was. I know for a fact. I
Okay.
know. You know how I am with paying bills.
True,
You know, after I got
but not
myself
the insurance
together.
bill.
Yes, but that was a part of the beginning of me getting on
Okay.
track.
Okay.
And I felt bad. I'm like, dang, my
Yeah.
husband being impacted for the stuff I did prior to marriage. You know,
Yeah.
so it was only for 1 year. I handled
It
that.
was 1 year. Okay. You
Yes.
got it. You got it, babe. It
Yeah.
was 1 year.
Yeah,
It
it
was 1 year.
was for sure.
But another great episode. Another great episode. Great topics. Please put topics in the comments of anything you'd like to hear us talk about.
Hmm.
But that's it, babe.
Well, you gotta. So we gotta start being like formal with our schedule. You normally end with an official talk.
But I kind of had that when we were
How?
talking about our men, our fathers, what's in us, what we come from.
Okay. Okay. You know me. I want to have a format.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was it, and
Okay.
then we're closing.
Got it.
Okay. So
So,
bear with us. We're just trying to, and I
okay.
don't know if you guys know this, but we have different music too. The Jamie Foxx music we couldn't use anymore. So we're still trying to make things better, improve. All of this is new to us.
Right. So I'm gonna do my official moment.
Are
And
you gonna
cut
do
it.
it? You gonna do something different?
Yeah, we can cut it.
Okay.
Just edit it.
No, this is no edits. So let's go.
This just
Let's go. Like I say, no flirtation. It's just direct. Let's go. Action.
so as we talked about in this week topic, men, we have a major presence in our communities, man. Stay on y'all square. Don't follow the next man. Be yourself because we are all uniquely different. Keep dreaming because when you stop dreaming, you stop growing.
Hey. So until next time, let's like, comment, subscribe, and be safe and be blessed. And we'll see you next week.